Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. I thought we will do some fly on the wall readings. Yeah, let's have a look into some rooms. Some rooms? Not rooms, some rooms. Okay. I feel like we might be doing 5 different messages. So this feeling's just come over me to be a fly on the wall. That noise in the background is my air conditioning unit, and it is staying on. Okay, cards feel a bit heavy. Let's have the first story. Home. A card for home. A card for work. Money. Let's go on to sex now. Let's go on to sex now. What about love? Love comes first. Right, let me move that card over to the sex position. Love, sex, romance. 2 cards for romance. Your health and your connection with spirit. Okay. Bottom of the deck. The Knight of Pentacles. The slowest moving knight in the deck. Well, you were trying to put sex before love. Okay. Let's have a look at these cards. Your home life. Let's have a look. The 8 of Wands. Lots of things happening at home when no one's around. We're going to keep these nice and short and sweet, these messages. I'm using the ancient Italian tarot. Okay. So lots of activity happening when no one else is around. Let's have a look at your work life. You've got the Fool. You're ready to pack up your troubles, but you're ready to move on to something new. So there's a lot of activity going on at home behind the scenes. Where and when no one else can see you, you're making plans. Okay. The dog knows what you're up to. Okay. He seems happy for you. Is the dog coming with you though? You've got 1 sock on and 1 sock off. So you're unsure about what to do with the dog. Okay. Maybe when you're working, you're travelling. Let's have a look at your money. 8 of Pentacles. So you are working on your work, because that's what the 8 of Pentacles stands for, working on your craft. I'd say that you're away from home, or home is very quiet. Home is where the heart is. You're in a very solitude space here. I feel like you're working at home, planning on travelling, maybe relocating. You're going somewhere where you can take your work with you, because the Knight of Pentacles on his horse with a sword, but it's not the Knight of Swords. He moves really quickly, the Knight of Swords. He's the fastest moving knight. This is the slowest moving knight, but dangling above the horse's head is a pentacle. Okay. So you want to pack up your troubles from where you are. Relocate, take your work with you. What about the dog? Can I come? He's saying. Let's look at love. The 3 of Wands, that's what you're manifesting. So you're going towards love. Going towards what you love doing. I would say you love doing sex. Are you going towards some sexy time? Because sex was kind of put down first before love. So you're manifesting love. Let's look at the sex card. Oh, you're going to... you're feminine. And... well, I feel like you might be opening up to her. You're wanting to open up to her. You're a wounded lion. And you know that when you are in her presence, it's like she's going to pin you down and get the truth out of you. Quite literally, quite literally. I felt the energy of her tickling you until you told her the truth. It's a gentle energy. It's a strength card. This feminine's not angry with you because she's possessed by love. Let's look at romance. 2 cards for the romance section. Now we've got the Page of Pentacles. So the masculine here has the pentacle in his hand. He has to make an offering. It's taken a long time making this offering. He knows what to do. Well, gradually he's coming round to that awareness. This is the section for romance, so he's got an idea. He's got a romantic thought. And then we have the 5 of Swords. So, as I said, he's coming round to the idea. He's surrendering. This masculine is surrendering. Let's look at his health. The High Priestess. I feel he's very much tapped into the High Priestess energy. And, well, you may be possessed by love, but he's kind of possessed by you. So, this energy here, you're healthy for him. He's returning to health. Spiritual connection for this masculine. Very nice. The King of Cups. And a very loving, open, surrendered energy here. And he's open to being drawn closer to healthiness. There you go. That's inside that room. Empty room. This masculine is spending a lot of time alone. Okay, let's move on to the next story. Home, work. A bit of a block in money for this environment. Money, love. 2 cards for love. Sex. Romance. 2 cards for romance. Health. And spiritual connection. Bottom of the deck. The 4 of Pentacles. Not sure who this is for. I felt the energy of the Divine Feminine coming through. Having a bit of a block with money here. We've got the 4 of Pentacles. Holding on too tight. Not wanting to let go. That's what the bottom of the deck is. The 4 of Pentacles. Being afraid to let go. Thinking that you're going to lose it. But as you let go, in it all comes really more than you can handle. So let's have a look at the home life. We have the 7 of Cups. It's time to make a decision. Are you going to surrender and let go? In the name of love. In the name of love. Okay. 77 is what I see here. That's the year I was born. Born to be wild. Born to be wild. Work. Okay, the Page of Wands. The baton is down. This actually feels it's time to make a decision to let go, because I feel that there's been a block here in this feminine's life, in her financial life, because the masculine portion of this feminine lacks inspiration at this time, and he's feeding kind of off of your bloodline, your lifeline. Okay, that's the block then. There's a masculine here who has a massive it's meant to be a wand, but it's a baton. Like it comes up to his heart area, his chest area, and it's a big club. That's what it is. And he's got it on his foot. He's stopping himself from moving forward. And up the sides of his legs I can see veins, red veins. So it's like this masculine's been stumping your growth. This masculine's portion of you has been stumping your growth. That awareness, making a decision now. Okay. It's like you are in charge of your own home. Home or hotel. I felt the energy of unpaying guests. This masculine needs to pay his dues. Let's have a look at the money card, the money side of things. The 9 of Wands. You're on the path on your own. You've been wounded. It feels like you've been pushed out of the picture. But the 9 of Wands does indicate that you have divine supporting you every step of the way. You are not alone. You have the divine by your side. And I feel that this masculine is becoming aware of that. He can block himself, but he can't block you. Unless you say so. Let's have a look at the love portion. Now, because you've got 2 cards for the love portion here, I did feel like that you were putting love before it all. Where the other reading was kind of trying to put sex before love. 2 cards for the love section. Let's have a look. The 6 of Cups. Remembering what love is. This will take you far, but it takes me to happy thoughts. Remaining in a positive, pleasant, pleasing personality. Love. Very pleasing. Does feel like it's irritating this masculine a bit though. Okay, the next card for love, the World card, and there you are. What's interesting in this card, you're in the world, but and then there's an angel in the corner of the World card, and both of you have kind of blood coming out of your mouth, as if an energy vampire. And this angel's kind of leeching over you. And this is quite upsetting for this masculine to realise he's been drawing on your energy and draining you. That wasn't his intention. Let's look at the sex card. The Star. You have drive, you have inspiration, you have passion. That's what the Star card indicates, suggests. So I feel that you have indicated and suggested to this masculine that he has passion, inspiration. He is a star in his own right. And he's kind of put a block on himself, but it's still drawing from your star energy. Excuse me. I feel this is the moment when the feminine becomes aware of this. Now, this is the sex portion. So, I feel you could be given out vibes of this very strong sexual energy, charm, charisma. It's a seductive energy. And the masculine's been drawing in on this. When I said, you know, it's time that he actually pays his dues. Like sucking the sexual energy out of you. And with you having to put all the inspiration, passion and effort behind it. Let's move on to romance. 2 cards. The King of Cups. And the High Priestess again. So apart from this feminine really romancing herself, she's romancing the connection. And I feel rather than romancing the connection, just let it be free. It's already been written. It's the High Priestess energy here. So take care of your own needs in this situation. The needs of this masculine are being taken care of by the divine. Let's look at the health of this situation. The Emperor. Yes, it's not so much about the health of the feminine in this situation. It's about the health of this divine masculine, this Emperor energy. Feels like he's got a bit comfortable in his position with kind of stopping his own growth. It's like he only goes so far instead of going all the way. The final card, spiritual connection, the Tower. Don't lose sight of spirit for this divine feminine. Does feel like this masculine's lost sight of things. He will see again. And the divine is seeing to that. The Tower energy. Spiritual connection. Feels like the energy of, because he's not really budging, he will just sit back and watch it all unfold in front of his eyes. And so shall you. But it feels like you're not even looking in that direction. But you will see it. Okay. Next story. That was interesting, wasn't it? Home. Work. Money. Love. We're in the flow now. Sex. Romance. Health. Spiritual connection. Bottom of the deck. The Page of Swords. Okay. So if someone's nosy now, well, we're in our third story, aren't we? Okay. Someone's inquisitive, they're curious. That's what the Page of Swords is about. It's a surveyor. It can be the stalker. The studier. The studier was really the Page of Pentacles, but we can call the Page of Swords a studier. Let's have a look at the home. The Empress. So I would say that this masculine wants to know everything about this divine feminine. He is studying her. Oh, that's why he's a studier. He wants to study her. Okay, makes sense. Wants to keep her safe and protected. She doesn't need it. It's like she doesn't need to be wrapped up in a blanket, in a security blanket. She's quite secure, but this masculine obviously has intentions to make her feel safe, even though she is shielded. She is home. I feel more the intention is this masculine wants to feel safe and shielded and secure, and he will receive that. He will receive that in the arms of this feminine. Let's have a look at work. The Nine of Swords. Okay. Well, that's a bit of a nightmare. I'd say that the masculine here has been having nightmares and wants to be under this security blanket. So he has this energy of wanting to protect the Empress, but it's really him who's seeking protection. Work is a bit of a nightmare. The Empress in the home. Let's look at money. Two of Cups. Oh, this masculine knows that he wants to feel safe at home with the Empress. He wants to be with the Empress. He's kind of with her all day in spirit. She's with him all the time. And, but maybe not at night time. It's like maybe he's lying awake and she's sound asleep elsewhere, and that's when he needs her the most. Money, Two of Cups. He could have money issues, worrying about money. Let's look at love. The Five of Cups. This masculine's not really receiving any love. That's about feeling emotionally at a loss. What has he lost? Let's look at sex. The High Priestess. Well, he's imagining having sex with you, Divine Feminine, with the Empress here. He's quite certain that it's going to happen. I think he understands that his destiny's always been written. Okay. So he knows where this is going to lead him. Romance. There's the Emperor. That's where it's going to lead him to. This masculine's becoming well, he's very insecure. He's afraid. He needs love. He wants to be able to provide all those things. Safety, security, love, romance. He needs a good cuddle. He's softening up here. Well, he's becoming more in alignment with the Empress, the Divine Feminine. Let's look at the health of the situation. The Three of Swords, heartbroken. So if this masculine doesn't do anything, I feel like he's been studying this feminine's behaviour to know how to handle her. Health, heartbreak, heartache. And now you're giving me a heartache. Let's have a look at the connection with Spirit. The Eight of Pentacles. The masculine here knows what he's working towards. The Divine is helping him. It's like it's its main focus now. Not it's his main focus now. It's the Divine's main focus now. It's to heal this pain, this heartache, this emotional loss, the nightmares. The situation is healing. This Divine Feminine is healing. Next message. Just have a quick coffee break. Okay. Home, work, money, love. These cards are in a hurry. Sex. You can't hurry, love. No, you just have to wait. Romance. She said love don't come easy. It's a game of give and take. And now break. Health. Spiritual connection. Bottom of the deck. 10 of Wands. Carrying a very, very heavy burden. Maybe trying to hurry it along. The burden will be lifted soon. You're nearly home. Not far to go now. Let's have a look at home then. The 8 of Swords, not quite knowing where you're going, a little bit fearful, having to trust the Divine, knowing that you can't interfere, your hands are bound, you're following the stream, it's like you're blindfolded. Pure faith here, allowing yourself to have pure faith in the Divine to lead you home, because you're tired. Let's look at your work life. Okay, we've got the King of Pentacles sitting here. He's hoping that this is going to work. It's like he has 2 pentacles in this picture, one on his lap and then one that's floating by the side of his head that he's looking at. He's got one leg crossed over the other one, and he is hoping that this works, that you are compatible. The coins look slightly different, but they're from the same mould. It's interesting. He has a cord tied around his, or a tassel, you want to say that? There's just kind of one more thing that he just needs to unknot in his life. I feel more the energy of the yin-yang. So looking at the opposites that makes the whole. And it doesn't quite look the same, but you know that it fits. Like this king's got like 3 different crowns on his head, or 3 different hats. So he's putting on his thinking hat. He's hoping he's not wrong. Let's look at the money. Justice. Because he's looking at a pentacle, he's hoping that this is going to be beneficial. The divine says yes. So this masculine's really conferring with the divine. And the scales look evenly balanced. But still this masculine has to come to his own conclusion. Is he going to trust what the divine scales of justice are telling him? It's an equal measure. Okay. Can't hurry love. It's a game of give and take. Let's look at the love section. The 7 of Wands. Taking back your power. Standing your ground. It's interesting. Not being afraid is coming through. Not being afraid of love. This is the love section. Taking back your power. And standing your ground. He knows that this is the way. The only way. Let's look at sex. The lovers. It's the only way to fulfillment. The fulfillment of this masculine's dreams. Cupid in this picture has a blindfold on, so this masculine really, he's looking at a proposal. So he has a... Okay, I said he had maybe one more thing to untie. So untying the knot, I'd say that's divorce. Untying the knot, so that you can tie the knot again, because this card's about marriage. We have divine justice here, the Hierophant, looking up at Cupid coming through a cloud who has a blindfold on. And Cupid is shooting this arrow at this feminine. This is trust your senses. And the masculine here is holding out the feminine's hand, asking for a hand in marriage. This feminine's shocked. Surprised, delighted. But still this requires blind faith from this masculine. I don't even think it's blind. I think that everything will become visible. No one can tell this masculine what to do apart from him and his connection with God. Let's look at romance. Okay, now we have the Knight of Swords. He moves very quickly now. It feels like a light bulb moment just happens, an epiphany. His head's turned as if to go, as if he's just realised. I know what I need to do. The health card. The Tower. Massive change in direction for this masculine. Lightning strikes. The Epiphany. And connection with spirit. The 7 of Swords. the sneakiest card in the deck. He knows that he's been scooting around around his fears. So this masculine is now prepared to it feels like carry the burden for a little bit longer, just while he really does face his fears and takes back his power. It's not long now until this masculine will feel at home. More at home with himself and feel confident. The burden is released. One more message, guys. Let's have one more story. Home, we've got 2 cards. Work. Money. Love, 2 cards. Sex. Romance. Health. Spiritual connection. Everywhere I'm looking, I'm seeing the number 3. So I have something on pause on the television. It says resume season 3, episode 3. It says there's 3 seasons, and then the air conditioning unit says 03. And I was drawn to the energy of love, sex and romance, and the blend of those 3 together creates a genius. Let's get back to this reading. The bottom of the deck, the 9 of Pentacles, the Divine Feminine. That's your energy. About being able to take care of your own needs and the needs of others. Having this amazing connection with nature, animals, the children. Well, really, you have an amazing connection with everything. Let's have a look at the home energy. The King of Pentacles. He really does hope that this is going to work out. I feel the energy is hoping that he's not a disappointment to you. But you're not disappointed with anything. Everything is perfect. Perfectly in place. Otherwise it would be different. It's all perfectly aligned. When you get to that state of being, there is no disappointment. All is as it's meant to be. So, in the home is the Divine Masculine, in the King of Pentacles energy. And he's having a look at the 8 of Swords, which come through on the last reading, about not really knowing what direction, having to trust the divine to lead the way. That's really about trusting your intuition to guide you all the way home. And this little piggy went wee 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 all the way home. Yes, yes, yes. Work. Well, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles sitting in the home position. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. The King would send the Knight out to do, I was going to say to do his dirty work. Okay. But this is really himself. Well, I feel like he's tapping into a different version of himself, another part of his character. So, a smooth operator. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Let's move on to money. 10 of Wands. Carrying a heavy burden when it comes to money. So this masculine needs relief. I feel he's going to find it through love, sex and romance. Then he's going to become a genius, and then the money will just come rolling in. Love energy. We have the Queen of Swords. This is the Queen of Truth. She looks shocked that this masculine is, I want to say, is listening to her and the truths that she has been speaking. It's a shock to her. She loves the fact that the masculine here is open to listening to her input. There's another card for the love energy, and it's the Two of Swords. That's about not really knowing what to do. The Divine Feminine here has just spoken the truth, gone within, and just allowed the Divine to communicate through her, with her. The Two of Swords is normally the Feminine's blindfolded, and she has two swords guarding her headspace. So I'd say this Feminine's just saying it just felt like the most natural, loving thing to do was just to be truthful. Let's look at sex. Five of Cups. Well, that's just suggesting that there hasn't been any. And we just got to leave it at that for whoever is listening to this message and resonating. There hasn't been any. And romance? The High Priestess. Sorry, it's the Empress. Again, this is just suggesting a strong connection. You have to remember this reading, the underlying energy is the Divine Feminine. So I would say that this is a masculine here. He has been listening to you. I feel it's important for him to know whether or not you've been having sex. And you haven't. And romance, you've been taking care of your own needs. You've had the Divine to comfort you. And the health of this, the Queen of Cups. It's beautiful energy. You're feeling really comfortable in your position. It's like your cup is overflowing. Overfloweth. I picked up the energy of you being able to nurture yourself and others. You're in a really lovely, beautiful state of love. Of being a bringer, a giver of love. Divine Feminine. Nice healthy card there. And your connection with Spirit? It's the Nine of Cups, which is, you've got the Nine of Pentacles, underlying energy. Your connection with Spirit, the Nine of Cups. Really nice balanced energy. You're having a really nice, strong, loving connection with the Divine Masculine. The Nine of Cups is about the Divine Masculine having all his wishes come true. You're holding the cup. That makes the Ten of Cups. And let's just leave this fly on the wall reading.